Hey, welcome back. So for this video, we are going to finally do the last exercise on multi-part part studios. We are creating multiple parts in a part studio. So by the end of this, we should create this three-dimensional structure. This is what the final product will look like. Notice we create 7 different parts. We have several extrusions, a fillet, a mirror, and a few other items. So let's go ahead and get started. For step 1, we need to create a copy of this public document right here. So notice we have a 2-dimensional sketch. So go ahead and click on this and make a copy. This is what you should be seeing. For step 2, we're going to go ahead and extrude this large arm. So go ahead and click on extrude. You're going to select the following circles. This one right here, and notice we are on the front view here. We're seeing the right, the top, the front, but we're working on the front plane. We're selecting this circle, also this one, creating that one, this one right here, and we're also selecting this portion here and that. Let's curve this around. We're also going to select this and this little item right there. This will be solid, new, blind, and the depth will be 5 millimeters. So let's go ahead and switch that and hit the check mark. This is what we should be seeing. We're going to go ahead and rename this as large arm. So go ahead and right click on part 1, rename large arm. So right here, we're just being reminded in step 3 to make sure that we're viewing the master sketch. For step 4, let's go ahead and hide the large arm. We're going to go to the back side. And at this point, go ahead and click on extrude. And we're going to create this piece right here for the small arm. So go ahead and select this circle, this inner circle right here. Let's make sure we view the back piece, this portion, this little point, this arm here, this middle circle, this circle right here. At this point, make the depth 5 millimeters. Notice that we're also creating a new part. So at this point, let's go ahead and view the large arm. If you notice, the small arm and the large arm are connected together. So let's go ahead and reverse the direction. We want to make sure that they are on different planes. And go ahead and hit the check mark. They are separated. For step 5, we're going to create a sketch plane on the large arm. So once again, we are sketching and we're on the face of the large arm, but we're on the back side of the large arm. We're going to hide the master sketch and we're going to rename this as large arm grip sketch. Step 6, we're creating this square with a triangle. So let's zoom in this area here. Make sure we're on the back side. And we zoom in. So at this point, let's go ahead and click on this, use project convert. We're going to click on the circle. And notice now our circle is part of our large arm grip sketch. Let's go ahead and click on center point rectangle. Click on the point right at the center of the circle. We're going to make this a little larger. We're going to make our triangle on the inside. So far we have these relationships where all of the points in the triangle are connected and the endpoints of the triangle are connected to the rectangle's bottom line. And then we also have the rectangle centered at the center of the circle. We're going to also create a construction line that is connecting the rectangle's bottom line to the top point of the triangle. At this point, let's make sure that this construction line is vertical, so add a vertical relationship to it. We're also going to place this line at the midpoint of our bottom line of the rectangle. So go ahead and click midpoint and select this line. I want to make sure that these two lines are equal to each other. Now for some dimensions, the height of this line right here will be 10 millimeters. The distance from this point to this point will have a value of 10 millimeters. Now we want to go ahead and view our master sketch. And we're going to add a distance from this bottom line to the master sketch with a value of 1 millimeter. For a square, let's make sure we add some equal relationships. Make sure that every line looks black, that we have no blue lines. In this case, everything is well defined. Let's go ahead and accept this sketch. At this one, we're going to create another sketch on the small arm on the back side. So let's zoom out. Let's go ahead and click on sketch. Let's hide our master sketch, and let's click on our small arm. We're going to zoom in on this area here. For step 8, we're just replicating all the dimensions that we used for the square up above. So let's go ahead and repeat this process. Let's project our circle on the small arm. Let's go ahead and create a center point rectangle centered at the origin of the circle. We're going to create our triangle, just like what we did earlier. Show our relationships. We want our construction line. That's right at the midpoint. Notice I'm already creating a midpoint relationship with the top line and the bottom point of this triangle. Now for our relationships, we're setting these lines equal to each other. And then we're going to make sure that this line right here is vertical. We're going to add a few dimensions. This line will have a length of 10 millimeters. And then the distance between these 2 points will be a value of 10. And we're going to set this line equal to this line here, and this line equal to this line. However, we're missing one item, so let's go ahead and click on Master Sketch. And at this point, we need to add a dimension for the distance between this top line and the center of the master line, which is a value of 1. At this point, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and accept this. And we're going to rename this as Small Arm Grip Sketch. Step 9, we're going to create another plane. So let's go back to our front side. Let's hide our master sketch. Select plane. We're going to click on the face of extrude number 1. Notice we're selecting the front plane. We're offsetting this plane by 25 millimeters. So if you notice, we're going in the opposite direction. And go ahead and rename this as midplane. And accept. For step 10, we're going to go ahead and create these 2 pins right here. They're both connected to the large arm. So at this point, let's go ahead and hide our large arm and then our other 2 sketches. And all we want to view right now is the master sketch. So let's go ahead and click on extrude. We're going to select this small circle, the medium-sized circle. We're selecting this circle here and then the medium-sized circle again. So at this point, we do want to select solid new. We're going to create up to face. We're going to select the midplane. And at this point, let's go ahead and view our large arm. We're going to add a second end position. And we're going to click up to face. And we're selecting this face of the large arm, the front face of the large arm. However, we do want to make sure that this is a new item. So once again, click solid new and go ahead and accept. Notice we have 2 pins here, and now we can view the small arm. We're now going to rename this part right here as a pivot pin. So rename part 3 as pivot pin. And the yellow pin will be called large arm pin. Now we're going to add a pin on the small arm. So let's go ahead and hide the small arm for now. And let's select extrude. We're going to click on this circle, then this mid-sized circle. We're going to click on solid new. We're going to select up to face, and we're going up to the mid plane. At this point, go ahead and accept. And this will be renamed as small arm pin. And let's view our small arm. Notice that this pin is already flush with the back side or the front side of a small arm. So we're good to go. For step 12, we're going to use a Boolean function to subtract out the large arm and the small arm from the pins. And we'll create this subtraction right here. So go ahead and click on Boolean. We're going to select subtract. Our tools will be the large arm and the small arm, and our targets will be this pin, this other pin, and our final third pin. And go ahead and click Keep Tools, Accept. So now we hide our large arm and a small arm. Notice that our subtractions are created, and we're good to go. For step 13, we're going to go ahead and create these grips right here. So at this point, let's go ahead and hide our large arm, our small arm, our master sketch, and let's just show the large arm grip sketch and the small arm grip sketch. We're going to select Extrude, click on this portion here, this item, this section, and we'll do the same for the area below. And notice we have our extrusion created, and we're going to select up to face. Notice we have solid new, and the face we're selecting is this plane that we created earlier, which is called the mid plane. So that's all it is. So once again, it should read mid plane right here. We created this earlier, and go ahead and accept. So this item up here will be called the large arm grip. So we'll rename this as large arm grip. This other box down here will be called small arm grip. These 5 features right here are flush with the mid plane, so we're good to go. Let's go ahead and check on our large arm and a small arm. So now we have these cavities here. We're going to go ahead and fill those in during our next few steps, and then we'll finish up. For step 14, we're going to go ahead and fill in this cavity. So we're going to hide our large arm and a large arm grip. We're going to select Extrude. Let's click on this circle right here for the large arm grip. Notice this is the face of the large arm grip sketch, not the master sketch, so make sure you select this. We're going to select up to face, and our first face will be the large arm. So let's go ahead and select this face right here. We're going to show this, and we're selecting the front face. We're going to add a second end position. And at this point, let's go ahead and hide the mid plane, and we're going to view our large arm grip. So now our second end position will be up to face, and we're selecting this face right here. Notice we filled in the cavity, and we're going to add this, and we're merging with our large arm grip. So make sure we click this right here. So once again, we're on solid, add, and we're adding our new piece to our large arm grip. Go ahead and accept. And our cavity has been filled. Now we're going to do the same thing for this hole right here. So go ahead and hide your small arm grip. Let's go ahead and click Extrude. We're going to zoom in. Let's click on this circle right here. We're going to add. We're going to select up to face, and our first face will be the small arm. And once again, we are selecting, up to face, we're selecting the front face of the small arm. Now we're going to add a second end position. We're selecting up to face. Let's go to this other side over here. Let's go ahead and view our small arm grip. And let's select this face of the small arm grip. And now we filled in the cavity. However, our merge scope will be with the small arm grip. And let's get rid of the small arm. And let's go ahead and accept. So now notice both of our cavities have been filled. So we're good to move on. Step 15 is what we did earlier. So let's move on to step 16. For step 16, we're going to use a mirror function to mirror out the grips and the pins that we just created. So go ahead and click on mirror. We're going to add entities to mirror. We're selecting our 3 pins and our grips. And our mirror plane will be the face of our large arm grip. And this is what we've created. And go ahead and accept. Now for step 17, we're just verifying that we have these items created right here. For step 18, we're using the fillet feature. Let's view the backside. Let's zoom in on these items right here. Let's actually angle it. So go ahead and click on fillet. And we're selecting the 4 corners of each box. So notice I'm selecting these corners here, and then these other side corners. And then we're going to select this middle section right here, and then the middle section right up above. At this point, we want to select tangent propagation, radius, conic, 2 millimeters, and go ahead and accept. And we just rounded out the 4 corners and this center section. For step 19, we're going to assign a new material, so go ahead and click on all of these items here. Then right click, assign material for the 7 parts. Just type out 1060. Go ahead and type out 1060. And aluminum should pop up. Go ahead and select it and accept. Step 20, we're not doing much, just doing a little recap. For step 21, we're going to change up these dimensions so that we can see the power of the master sketch. So let's go back to our front side. Overall, we're going to make every part larger. So let's go ahead and click on master sketch. And let's start with this massive length right here. So instead of 175, we're putting a value of 300. It's going to look a little awkward. Let's go to this value of 75 over here, and let's add 125. This value right here, let's add a value of 20. Here we're going to add a value of 75. For this number here, instead of 15, we'll have a value of 25. I'm going to move that a little bit. And then this circle right here, the small circle will have a value of 15. While our larger circle here will have a value of 45. Oops, 45. Notice everything's a little bit bigger, so we're good to go. Now we're going to adjust the midplane and extend it out a little bit more to a value of 35. So let's go ahead and click on midplane and type out a value of 35 and accept. So let's go back and forward. We extended out our pieces by just adjusting the midplane. Let's go to step number 23. At this point, we don't have much to do for step 23. We're just doing a little recap. For step 24, you're going to select all of these pieces right here. And then you're going to click on the mask properties. And you'll be using this value for your self-check. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and watch the other videos. And keep on trying this out. See ya.